can do Halloween, but I cannot do like some crazy clown guy is in a grate and he's gonna talk to me. No, I am not okay with that Misha. That is not okay. That was a challenge. Okay, before we get super off, not that we're not off already, let's talk about other crazy things really fast. You do have 2 problems today, but don't worry, I'm going to help you figure out the answers. Okay, so the other person who's crazy today, in addition to Miss Compton, table 2, at a point. Y'all being so good and quiet. And you had such a off week. We need to get y'all back on track. So another person who's crazy is this girl named Ann. Ann decided to go on a 10-hour bike ride. Why? Okay, so Ann went on a 10-hour bike ride. And we're supposed to somehow write a function about Ann and her bike ride. So we're going to make up a function, and we're going to talk about why it's not that great, but we're going to make up one. How many miles does she travel after 10 hours? She went 10 miles. Yes, Lauren, your table can have a point. She went 10 miles. So how many miles per hour did she go on average? Yes, dear? 1. Yes, so table 1 can have a point. So technically, we could say D of T equals C, meaning every mile she went 1 hour. So, 1 hour after she went 1 mile, 2 hours, 2 miles, 3 hours, 3 miles. And that's what I wrote first, second, third period because I was in a hurry today. But that's really not a good answer because I'm saying that she went on a linear trip. And clearly that's not true because that black line does not match my green line at all. So that was us just guessing. It'll do for now. Instead, what we should have done, because you've already passed algebra 2 with trig, was they're scared. So in algebra 2 with trig today, we started talking about piecewise functions. So what we should have done is write 4 different pieces together to make that one piecewise function for those 4 different intervals. But that's real deep, and it's Friday, so we're not going to do that. However, we are going to analyze Ann's graph a little further. Is Ann really this slow? Did she really only go 1 mile per hour? What happened? She rested for 3 hours, and your group can have a point for that. So between 4 and hour 7.
I said yes.
So between 4 and 7, she took her a 3-hour break. So this girl rode her bike for 4 hours, stopped for 3 hours, and then super speed rode off after that. So let's hypothesize, what did she do during that 3-hour break? And you keep it,
water.
She rested.
I thought she took a nap. I agree with that, table 1. And then someone,
Slowly.
she would have gone uphill a little then, right?
Stop by the food, snack, water.
Okay, food, snack, water, so table 2 can have a point. And then I need someone who understands my cousin Itty self, who's going a little crazy and being a little like.
That was your cousin?
No, not at all. I'm making a joke. Sorry, Angela.
That was just
That was funny. No, I meant, I'm being really, people are out to get me self. What do I think she did for 3 hours?
She hid.
I think she hit a
Body.
I think she hit a body for 3 hours. I think she had the body. It was slowing. Look, it looks like it. She had the body. It was slowing her down. She finally couldn't take anymore. Look, she got slower and slower. She stopped. She took the time to bury the body good and deep in the woods. And then she was like, I got to get out of here. She took off.
Oh, my God.
It makes sense, Caitlin. It does.
It connects the dots. You're right.
You can pull it behind
You can do something. And that maybe one of those double bikes. I don't know.
Yeah, you should have quit.
I never said it was a person. It could have been a dog or something. I don't know. Could have been a toddler, something small.
You should have quit school and
Could
be
be
a
in
detective.
Chihuahua.
I clearly need to be a detective because I don't get scared easily at all. Okay, enough about enough about Ann and her bike. Let's let go of her crazy bike ride. That's just what I think, but I get that that's just that girl who took a 10-hour bike ride. Regardless, Ann is crazy. The last question, table 4. Y'all are so nice and quiet. You can have a point for fun. The last question says, If the graph crosses the y-axis at more than 1 point, is the relation sometimes, always, or never a function? So this one is, it looks hard because I hate it when it says sometimes, always, never. It makes me think, sometimes? I don't know. So the key words were graph crosses the y-axis more than 1 point. Is it sometimes, always, never?
Never.
Why?
Because of, wait. Why? Because the vertical line takes you up.
Table 1 and 5 get a point. Okay, it's never because of that vertical line test, and some people call it pencil test. And back to, if there are 2 points on the y-axis and the graph is going through both, then technically that graph is failing that vertical line test. And we don't even know that our graph is that pretty. It might be like, we don't even know that it's a pretty graph. It could be ugly. But regardless, it fails that vertical line test. Okay, are there any questions about this workshop? Okay, as long as you're working on your study guide or on your fish or something math related, I'm going to move your group to a 5.